Well, good morning again, everyone. I'm John O'Loughlin. Welcome back to my renewed stream here from the Charette house. Looking out off of the balcony here at the Wicomico River, which comes out of the left of your view, and then to the end of that point of land there, we meet the Potomac River, which is I think it's about 6 or 7 miles wide here. And the land across there is Virginia. Well, I was trying to walk around a little bit earlier and speak to people individually to get their final thoughts and say thanks to everyone for everything they've contributed to be here. And people have been working very hard on archiving as well as doing active first-person journalism, such as Addie Adds has been doing. And so I'm going to walk inside the house and say hello to whoever's in here and say, we got some music playing and people putting boxes away. And here's Deborah, who's our primary archivist, and she's done an incredible job the past couple of weeks. Deborah, thank you so much for everything you've done. I can't imagine how many hours you put in at the computer there doing your archiving and recording everything, but it's all going to be worth it. We're all going to benefit from your work. Is there anything you'd like to say as we wrap up the week or these weeks together?
It's been a pleasure being here. I've been wanting to work on Tom O'Loughlin's bio for a long time, and for reasons that are important to all of us. And as I'm going through his memorabilia, his records, his service, his education, I'm just finding that he was a truly remarkable man, so educated, so elegant. So, I mean, if we had people like that in government, we would have no worries. He was just, I just can't wait to start formulating some of the archival work and tracking it and putting it together to tell the story, because everything that I've found so far has been, it's been big. It's the actual treasure trail to where we want to go. So I can't wait. This is just a few boxes here, and I've consolidated them and put them in a pretty good order, taken good scans of everything for future reference. Really future reference, and put together a story of who this man was, because we'll need to know.
Sounds like your work's not done yet.
It's not. And it's been such a pleasure. I'm so happy to be here and take part of this process. It's something I think I didn't know it, but because JFK has been such a pivotal thing for everybody, our whole lives, this needs to be addressed. So I'm glad to be here for that reason.
Excellent. Well, thank you very much, and I'm sure we'll continue working together.
I know we will.
All right. Thank you. Well, looking through the kitchen over here, I see somebody who maybe just rolled out of bed. Am I right?
Yeah, pretty much. That's accurate.
And what's your name, sir?
This is Addie Adds, Attican. I've been here, I think, about 2 weeks now, and just wrapping up today. Had a bit of a late evening last night, just hanging out with people, but really great time spent with you, John. We got a great interview in, I think, and then of course George as well. He's kind of leading this in many ways, and we got a lot of work done with your studio, McDuff Studios, as I'm calling it, as well. So big shout out to Andy on that one.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, one of the things that you've been primarily helping with has been uploading my archive videos from the past 2 years, and you've taken on the challenge and put many hours uploading to BitChute.
Yep.
So BitChute is going to where we're going to try to keep our archive. However, they're very slow on the upload, so it's taken you many hours, and you'll be contributing some more, I hope, in the future as you have time.
Definitely.
And I'm certainly going to be working on it. We've had a number of volunteers to help reestablish all of our book readings, our minefields, our interviews with George and with all the other people, Doug Valentine and Wayne Madsen, all these great interviews. Ed Haslam will be back up.
Check out McDuff's BitChute, folks. As John said, it's a little slower, but it is pretty reliable, even though it is a little slow. They tend to keep things on there more than YouTube, and it's a good embedding source for John's website as well, screamingostrich.com.
All right. Addie, thank you so much.
Thanks, John.
All right. Well, I'm going to walk over here and see if I can snag another interview. Andy! Hey, you know what? I think we might have got cut off the last time. Did you say everything you wanted to say?
I can't remember, but
well,
come back to me in a second.
I know you're going to be coming back to Mystery Island, and we're making some plans, so this is not goodbye.
I'll be back in 1 second.
All right. Tom, my friend.
How you doing?
Hey, Tom, you are one of the most interesting people I've ever met, and I want to tell you your help with me to follow out one particularly very important historic character, and that is Henry Ford, has been tremendous. I thought I knew about Henry Ford, but I didn't know much. Right. In addition, you know the cars themselves, and you've been really gracious in helping me get a little bit of work done that's been needed to be done, and also providing transportation to the airports to help everybody with logistics, carrying them everywhere. You're a super volunteer, and you're heading home today. I wonder if you have any final words as to what you gained from the charrette and what you look forward to doing in the future.
Right. Well, hey, it's been a really wonderful thing, and the thing about it is we all have done whatever our part is, and we all have to find our will and way in that, and whatever we're good at is what we try to do. And our experiences have come from many different directions, and there were about 13 or so of us here, or maybe more earlier on. We're down to like 6 or 7, something like that, but so much was done, so much was learned, and some of the most special times for me were just sitting around with George and yourself here and just bouncing off each other. That's what I really liked, and I learned so much from that. And we all have our bits of knowledge, and we put them all together and we go, wow, we didn't know that, I didn't know this, and like you said, you thought you knew about Henry Ford, but he was quite a guy in many ways. And I'm from Michigan, so I'm much more familiar, and he was a really great guy in a lot of ways. And on the other hand, he was kind of, to the employees, and stuff, some people say, well, he was really a mean, bad guy, but he was a trendsetter, and I mean, the first guy to do a assembly line, and look what it's done for us today. I mean, as far as overall, he was the inventor of it right in Detroit. And then they took it on, in fact, and started making guns for, back in the day, in the war times and stuff like that. So it's been a beneficial thing for us all, and I just enjoyed the time of getting to know you. And, you think you know somebody or kind of know somebody from on the air and that, but when you meet them face to face and in that, it's altogether different. I just love the time here and want to do it again for sure. So we'll see you back.
All right, we'll see you again.
I'm ready for my farewell interview.
Andrew.
Nice job, Tom.
All right.
And where are you from, sir?
You're holding the mic. I am from Toledo, Ohio / Temperance, Michigan, where the Neighborhood News Studio is located, and headed back home. Tom's fortunately giving me a ride back home, and we're leaving this beautiful sunrise and sunset that we've been getting to soak in the past 3 weeks. But it's been a pleasure to get to know you, John. I've been hanging out with you a lot more the past couple weeks, and been combing over your life and your dad's life a little bit more, and we're putting some things together. We got some fun stuff in store for the future for all of us. I'm looking forward to coming back to Mystery Island Studio and getting back to work. As you guys know, our president, Donald Trump, didn't get reelected, and the deep state tentacles. They got their grasp all over the country right now, and we need to work on peeling them off one at a time. So, I mean, the work never stops, and luckily we got people here to fill in the gap and pound the pavement and get it done. So we'll be bringing you the up-to-date information, the breaking news, Addy Ads, George Webb, John O'Loughlin, Professor Hamamoto is going to be joining in, and I think Bill Taylor's going to be jumping in there also. So
Aaron.
And Aaron too, yeah. Aaron's going to be like he's planning, he's the schemer behind everything. That's the engine that keeps the car going. So yeah, we got a lot of fun stuff in store in the future. It's been a pleasure to be here on the island, and thanks for having us, Sean, and thanks for treating us well all weekend.
Well, you've upped my game about 1,000% as far as technological presentation, and I'm going to miss you until you get back here. So I look forward to that. And meanwhile, I'm going to try to learn from you what you've done so far. And anyway, Andy, we'll see you again soon, I'm sure. Thank you. And here's Ellen. Hello, Ellen. And you're leaving today, I guess, too?
John put me in charge of these two books, Lee and Me and David Ferry, to report back on.
Yeah, hold them up again. They didn't see it. There you go.
This is over 1,000 pages, so I didn't get a complete history, but
No.
I think people full circle understand that life just is full circle. And for me, finding out the characters of David Ferry and Judith Very Baker, they're subplots to the plot. These people, David Ferry had a significant role in light of the fact that he was a subplot to being a CIA informant and having had connection with Lee Harvey Oswald. And the bottom line with that is they got together, but it wasn't under the circumstances necessarily to assassinate the president, even though Ferry was involved with the mob, and that was their plot from the beginning. Because the whole full circle of life is that I believe we're looking at that right now, which is the coup, the ongoing coup to overthrow, and having overthrown what seems like right now a very dark time in our history, I believe is a full circle moment, just like the hundreds of thousands of people that have watched movies, documentaries, the 10,000 books that have been written about JFK's assassination, that we are part of uncovering the reality of what a coup is, to understand that, you know, I see it as this full circle moment for us to be able to salute our president for what he did, because at this point in time, I believe right now, the only way for people to really wake up is to actually have them see for themselves. So I believe in the upcoming days and weeks, we're going to see tremendous light shed on the darkness that has been upon us for so long, for 5-6 decades now. And I'm very excited that I got to be part of something like this. I had all these things I wanted to say about David Ferry because, you know, when two people come out of a movie or read the same book, they have their lenses that they see things through. And I believe David Ferry really in his heart as a person wanted to be someone who was going to actually help people. He had a deep desire to become a priest. But at age 16, when he was in the seminary, he was molested. I believe he was a vexed soul that went down a path that wasn't anything at all like portrayed in JFK by Joe Pesci. He was 5'11". He was actually brilliant. He had a PhD in psychology. And he was just a very smart guy, and he had a lot of understanding of layers. And he just became involved in something that, like Lee Harvey, that he realized that it was too late for him to get out of. So I'm really excited to be here at this time to witness the full circle of what's going on right now, which I believe hold. So everybody have your magnifying glasses out there and keep looking, because the clues are being dropped. And again, all we have to know is history to know our future. Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate this time. Thank you.
Thank you, Ellen, for all of your great time and research. Well, I'll go back outside. I'm afraid I'll lose my signal, but it's just so pretty out here. I just can't help but to walk a little bit more. And where is Wes? Is Wes already out of the picture? Well, let's sit down with George for a moment and see what George Webb has on his mind. I know you've probably been up since 4 doing more research. Am I right, George?
Yeah. I'm following a couple stories, but John, I think it's kind of the time to put away the hopium and realize that Trump is no longer the president, and we got to move on, and we have to keep doing the research. We have Marjorie Greene, the House of Representatives. I thought she was Georgia 14, up in the upper northwest corner of Georgia, filing impeachment documents yesterday on Joe Biden. I don't know if that'll go to trial. Maybe they could do Trump's trial in the morning and then Biden in the afternoon, because they share a common body of evidence. But that's the kind of thing where all of our research could play directly into. So we had Ezra Cohen Watnick come out, who's been accused of being Q, come out and say he's not only not Q, that it's a dangerous conspiracy theory. So that's news that's come out. Hannity interviewed the guy who had Hunter Biden's laptop last night. So that's interesting. He's going to interview him again tonight. But if there's emails to China on there, that may be something that comes up in an impeachment. Stranger things have happened in this cycle. It could go to impeachment for Joe Biden. So.
Well, that's a cliffhanger to leave the week with here at Mystery Island, Charette. This is Charette number
8.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. And this is just the first one of 2021. I know you have some plans for getting together again.
Well, we're about ready to go to another Charette. We're heading to Georgia to cover this story with Marjorie Greene. We're going to be going back to Atlanta. We're going to be